How much control will I have over decisions? Owners want to stay informed. They want to say in what's happening with their property, right? Most companies are going to respond with, "You're in control. We run everything by you. Nothing happens without your approval." That sounds reassuring, but it honestly can be a super red flag. Better way to ask a question like that: what decisions do you handle independently? And when do you involve the owner? An experienced company is going to talk about approval thresholds, emergency authority, cost controls. Communication cadence is going to be a big one. How owners stay informed without becoming bottlenecks.
We have a maintenance limit that we're going to make a decision up to X amount of dollars. It's not outlandish. Ours is $500. But we need the authority to be able to make that decision on the owner's behalf so that we can move quickly. And why? Because it's really all about tenant satisfaction and return of investment, right? That's what everybody is mostly concerned about, right? Is return on investment. And so what we have learned between our, probably 30, 40 years of experience, just between me and you, Chris, is that, tenant satisfaction leads to happier tenants, leads to a higher retention rate, lower turnover costs, which means better cash flow for you as the investor.
If we send out a plumber to clear out a toilet and that plumber goes out, tells us there's a rubber ducky shoved down the toilet, but you are handcuffing us and we need to have them leave because we have to now contact the owner, however long that takes, explain the situation to them and obtain their approval to remove the rubber ducky, which we all know the rubber ducky needed to be removed. So now we have a trip charge for the original stop by the plumber. Now we have to call them back out, and now we're 2-3 days into this just to remove a rubber ducky when the maintenance concern might have been $150 just to resolve it in the first place.
A couple weeks ago, during that really cold snap, we had a HVAC issue. It was a heat pump, and it's running on emergency heat. For whatever reason, the owner wanted to argue or get a second or a third opinion. I'm not sure the exact details of what was causing the delay, but there is a serious delay in getting this repair done. And when you run a HVAC on emergency heat, the electricity bill just skyrockets. And so what we're trying to communicate to the owner is that, hey, okay, well, the longer you go on this, the higher the electricity bill is going to be. Now we're going to have a tenant calling us up and saying, hey, my electricity bill went from $200 to $800, which is not unheard of at all. And so now we're going to have a conversation with the tenant about, well, do we need to reimburse them because the owner didn't make a timely repair? So now do we owe them for that used electricity? So there's a couple $100 that is going to cost you probably just this month alone. Not to mention, going back to the tenant retention, there's a likelihood that owner or that tenant is going to be dissatisfied. And when time for renewal comes around, they're going to say, well, hey, do I really want to rent here? And then they're going to move out. Then you're going to have turn costs, which can be, $1,000 to $5,000. You're going to have vacancy rate, which can be, $1,500 a month, whatever it is. I mean, that one small decision could have just cost this owner $7,000.
Don't just ask, how much control will I have? Ask them, how do you balance owner involvement with timely decision making? That answer will tell you whether the company manages properties or is just going to forward you emails.